Hi, my name is Wilman Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed MC and artist, WOPO FRESHH. For more on WOPO FRESHH, you can read more about him right below this video. But in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of WOPO FRESHH.
Yo. Yo. Hey yo, God shall follow and die by the shell hollow. In other words, lose your religion and your tomorrow. The footprints of good sense I better follow. Thou shall follow and die by the shell hollow. Thou shall follow and die by the shell hollow. In other words, lose your religion and your tomorrow. The footprints of good sense I better follow. Thou shall follow and die by the shell hollow. Bounce the chronic, my movement and strength is bionic. Yo, I self-lord and master. Don't mean I'm Islamic, but I got spirituality. The devil never battled me. Them broke glass over my back couldn't shatter me. Gunshots came through the hood, tried to splatter me, to try to mind fuck my thoughts like a bother me. But I'ma get all in their ass, colonoscopy. That's word to everything that I love, with apostrophes. No shirt in my leaves, I read Socrates. Tupac in my lap with old Zulu bees. I got D's with the leaves and welfare cheese. Graduated the boss and child care fees. Zip zero, stingy with De Niro. Might buy you crisp, but that about it. Might light your wrist, but that about it. A bad husband, a good father, who you gonna pick? Me, with the eye chink, see no Chris Crink. Made in China, ice designer, 2-lock, clink, link. Ginger ale, holy water, 2-shot bar drink. The car dealer at the auction, Lambo door clink. God be the language, in good mood or in anguish. Talk Swahili, street slang and Spanglish.
Hello, WOPO FRESHH, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
WOPO, I'm doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, and I'm so excited that the audience just got a little sneak peek of your incredible talent with your song, Follow. You know, I know that was out a few years ago, but talk to me a little bit about how that idea of the song came about for you.
It kind of came off the top of my head. We was in the studio one day. I believe we recorded that in Queens, Corona, Queens, New York. And it just kind of came to my head, but it was around the time that I started to get a little bit more conscious and a little bit more, think about more what I, put on paper and, say out of my voice, when I do my songs. So it was actually a song to, help people dance, but at the same time, uplift their consciousness a little bit too, if they, can get that message,
WOPO, you have such a beautiful essence about you. Obviously, you're a man of the planet who has done work on himself, but also a creative that continues to work on their craft. I'm curious, where does that sense of, dare I say, higher purpose come from for you and when you're creating art? Because that's what I feel when I'm listening to your stuff.
I appreciate that. I mean, I know I felt it ever since I was a small child, that I had a higher purpose. I'm going back maybe 2, 3 years old. I always felt it. But far as the music, it started, right on the street. It started right, as a young kid breakdancing and, being from the foundation of where hip hop started, it was pretty much a part of my life. So I got all the fundamentals there, but the storytelling and just putting words together, like Coke LaRock was like uncle to me. He was my uncle's best friend. So I didn't even know he was Coke LaRock. He was just Coco. And then, he would listen to me and my brother, like listen to Eric B. and Rakim, and we're studying, we're 10 and 11 years old. We're studying what they're doing, and we're studying Big Daddy Kane and all these, great rappers from those times. And we didn't know we had the first rapper of all time in our family. We never even knew, So, and he's sitting in the living room and he's just telling us things. And right there, I seen it was a purpose for me to kind of keep going. And at the end of the day, when I first used to rhyme, I thought it was just something cool to do. But as I got into it, I realized that I have a voice, and a voice is something that can uplift or destroy, the people. So I rather, when I started to become more conscious about what I'm saying, I figured I'd rather use it to uplift instead of just sounding cool.
Amazing. And I also think it's so amazing, WOPO, that I'm sure you have even more perspective now. You were literally and figuratively in the trenches of hip hop, of the beginning gestation of, I mean, you know, the fact that you're like, you know, I'm calling this one uncle, it's your cousin, you're in the living room. It's just like, again, it was what you knew, right? You didn't know that, but also what it must have been like for you in looking back too. It must have been like, oh yeah, no, of course I grew up in this because I'm the artist today, due in large part to my bone marrow, but also the environment I grew up in. In terms of looking back, WOPO, for you to look forward. Obviously, this time has been a tough time for all artists, humans, but also artists. I'm curious what this time has done for you in terms of looking back to look forward about what WOPO now wants to say now more than ever.
Well, looking back, you can only always appreciate how far you come when you look back, you know. So that's one thing I'm grateful to look back for, because it's been a long road, and I'm glad that I was able to make it, this far. Far as the hard times, me being from the foundation of hip hop, I never look at hip hop as a hard time, no matter what the financial stages are in them, because hip hop was made on fundamental, development. It was the foundation of hip hop was all fundamental. Hip hop was created from struggle, from poverty, from having nothing else better to do, playing in abandoned buildings. It was something fun to do. It was just something, banging your at the kitchen and in the kitchen table, or even at the lunchroom table in school, where, hey, 1 2 1 2, we're just having fun, and that's what it made. So when people really, really understand the fundamentals of hip hop, there's never a downside. It's never a downside,
Amen.
because yeah, everything comes from creativity. The money came. I remember being a little kid, and I remember seeing Grandmaster Flash come into my neighborhood and DJing in the park, and everybody from all over, from all 5 boroughs, would come. And it wasn't about any money. It was just about him uplifting humanity, making everybody feel good. And his name rung out just from doing that. And then when the money came, that was just something extra. But he was already a rich man
That's right.
before the money came. He was already a rich man.
Wow, that's so beautifully put, WOPO. And look at, I could speak with you forever. I'm incredibly moved, not only by your story, but again, the choice that you make every day to use your gifts for good. In terms of looking forward, in terms of the music that you might have been creating during these past 18 months, or the dreams that you continue to have, I want to know what you're most optimistic about for you, WOPO Fresh, in terms of moving forward, and what you're ready to possibly sooner rather than later get up and out into the world.
I would say the true me. I think no one can copy my handwriting. No one can produce my child. No one can think exactly like me. Just like you, I'm one of nature's greatest miracles. And I believe that's what the world wants me to do. The world wants me to be me. And it took me a long time to realize that. Like I said, when I first started rapping, I knew the fundamentals, but I was really just doing it to be cool, But the bottom line, it's my calling was to do it for me to be truly who I am, me, And at the end of the day, I think that being me is what the world wants, and being me is my only way I can ever give the world the utmost gratitude for creating, and my ancestors, mother, father, etc., because like I said, it'll never be another me. So the world wants me to make sure that I live me to the fullest.
Amen,
And
WOPO. I mean, look at you. You're an incredible dude. What can I say? The fact that you are taking the baton of hundreds of years of family members, and you're running with it with authenticity and unapologetic truth. And it's something I know you don't take lightly. And I am so grateful for the time you took today to speak with you. But before I let you go, I want to let our audience know, for more on the amazing WOPO Fresh, you can read more about him right below this video. WOPO, God bless you. And thank you so, so much for your time today.
Thanks you for having me, Will. And I really appreciate you letting me allow me to be myself and ask me some great questions that I can answer. It really means a lot to me.
To me too, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks.